radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
Cause I've seen you do it over and over. Will he come through for me? How long will he show me that he's still God? He watches over his word to perform. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, he does. I'm reminded of Abraham when all he had was God's word carrying him. And even when it hurted him the most, he still had faith in his God to lift his voice and declare.
Online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
I've never seen the righteousness. I've never seen the righteousness. You ought to open your mouth right there and shout, he won't forsake me. He won't forsake me.
You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG LLC.
Hey, that's what's up, that's what's up, that's what's up. You already know. You are tuned into the Champagne Room Radio Show with your favorite little lady. That's right, y'all know I don't do nothing without first giving honor to God, who is the head of my life and hopefully the head of all of your lives. Of course, I have to say thank you, and give appreciation to the Savior, because without him, I am nothing and can do nothing, so I have to definitely do that. I am joined by two kings. You know what? I just keep getting joined by two kings. I don't know. Lately, it's just been my thing, with this two king thing. I don't know, but I'm loving it. I am definitely loving it and appreciating it. So I don't even want to kind of hold the interviews because there's such great interviews and there's so much dialect and so much to talk about, and then the music that definitely has to be played. So I definitely just need to get into this whole interview thing. But before I can go any further, I have to say Thank you to everyone in all 240 plus countries that watch our broadcast, that watch GS Radio, that watch the Champagne Room. Thank you so much for being here. And I need you guys to go to the website. All of you on my IG, you guys know I love you. I love you. On my Facebook Live, on my IG, you guys know I love you so much and I appreciate you guys. So we are live everywhere on all platforms. Also on Twitter, as well as Vimeo, YouTube, and all of that good stuff. So much love to each and every one of you that support and watch the broadcast. And I need you guys to share the broadcast as well. Share the broadcast. Don't just keep it to yourself. Don't just be selfish and keep it all to yourself. Make sure that you share the broadcast. You guys have to share these kings and you guys have to share this music, because once you guys hear this music, y'all gonna already know what I'm talking about. But make sure that you share this music, because it is definitely a blessing. And I for one have to make sure that I pour into my audience, and they are gonna pour into you guys on this evening. So I need you guys to make sure that you are tuned in, share it. Make sure other people tune in. Make sure you go to www.gsradionj.com. Again, that's www.gsradionj.com. All right? Make sure you go there. If you have one device, that's fine. Use the other one. Stay on here with me. You know, I love y'all being here with me. But take the other one, whatever it is, and go to the website. The website numbers. I know if you go into the website, because I'll see the numbers. I'll see the numbers inflating, and I'll see those blue dots getting bigger and bigger and moving around like they're doing right now. Thank you very much. I can see that. Okay, very good. Keep going. Keep it coming. So yes, we are going to keep going. And without further ado, I'm going to let the kings introduce yourselves, because some of you didn't see one of the kings that was already here before. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we are going to introduce the other king. And it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I'm gonna let Mike take the. You got it, Mike. You do what you do.
What's going on, y'all? First of all, I'm grateful to Tanya. Thank you so much. Shout out to the Champagne Room for having me once again. It is a privilege. I'm from the BX, New York.
Absolutely.
I'm glad this is Mike the Chaplain.
Hey.
We're here to do some work tonight.
That's right. And who do we have with us? Who are we honored to have with us?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Robert Curry. I'm from the group Day 26. This is my first time here. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited.
Absolutely. And we are excited to have you here. So if you guys didn't hear what he said he is Robert A. Curry from the group Day 26. I know you guys remember that group. Some of you stop acting like y'all not old heads like I am. Because we are.
They gotta be old heads. Some of them buying tickets right now.
Right, absolutely. That's true too.
Some of them buying tickets right now. The Lord is still moving. We still moving.
That's right. You are so right. Absolutely. We don't get older anyway. We get better. So it is what it is. But you guys have to know who they are, and had to know the music. If you didn't know, then we will remind you. We're going to remind you during this interview. So what I want to do, and Mike already knows, so what we do is we start from the beginning. We go from the beginning and we travel and we journey with you. We jump in the vehicle and we let you just drive and take us on that journey with you from the time before you started the whole music thing and until we get to where we are today, and in your music journey. And when we get to where we are today, that's when that music comes out, and we just bless the people with the music. So let's go. Mike, you want to start off? So kind of, yeah.
All right, we got this. All right, first of all, I'm super grateful. I started literally born and raised in church, and I'm super excited that my mom gave me the opportunity with her gift to literally, she was over the young adults choir, and definitely, I remember she would literally invite some of the young adults to the house, and she would definitely teach notes, sopranos, altos, tenors, and all of that stuff. And then, literally, I'm literally in home, and they just sing it away. Yeah. And then, of course, there was the children's choir that I was a part of in the Emmanuel. It was Emmanuel Pentecostal Faith Church. Okay. And then at the age of 8, shout out to my late bishop, Michelle White Haynes. She took me under her wings, and her son Stephen Soup White, who definitely took me under his wings. I started to write for Fred Hammond, Dietrich Hatton, Marvin Sapp. And it was super exciting just being introduced to the gospel industry world.
Right.
And definitely I've been literally blossoming under his tutelage, under his leadership in the industry. And then, of course, shout out to Harlem Gospel Choir. That's when I first got my hands on when it came to touring,
Right.
literally with a group of young, gifted people. First, time seeing outside of New York. You know what I'm saying? When my first tour was like about 2 months, and definitely changed my life, my perspective on music, even when it came to being inspired. And of course, I've been inspired by so many great artists,
Right,
legends such as Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, Michael
Absolutely.
Jackson. Of course, the Ushers, the of my time and before my time, and
Right,
Gene
right.
Wines and the Joes, and the Mahalia Jacksons,
The great
Wait
greats,
For Me,
yes.
the David Ruffins, and all
Right.
these guys. Definitely was inspired by them, and I'm just grateful that even starting from an early age has granted me the opportunity of literally connected with my brother, who we are about to hear from next, through this journey. And it's been eventful. That's a clear event, full of
Right.
events,
Right.
highs, lows,
Yeah. Yeah.
challenges, and it has brought me to this point, and I'm grateful to God because we get to really see God at work in the here and now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes. Okay, yeah, we're gonna come back to you. Let's go, Robert. Tell us a little bit about your journey, how it started and where it started.
Okay. Well, my journey started kind of at the same place. I was born and raised in the church. My dad is a bishop. So, I started off in the church. Definitely, I grew up overseas in Germany, so it was a different kind of scene over there than it was here in America.
Okay.
But I definitely, went to church. I was in church Monday through Monday. Ain't Monday
Monday
through
through
Sunday, but
Monday.
Monday through Monday I was in church.
Right.
Because I'm the pastor's son. So even
Yeah.
when y'all not at church, I'm at church. I'm doing something. And my father was also in the military, and so around that time when I was old enough to understand, my mother and father kind of got a divorce. My mother was in the USA. I'm here with my dad, so I kind of took on to those roots, and I still, I sung in church all the time. I was involved in the choir and all the instruments. I don't know how good I was at it. I might have got on the people's nerves a lot.
Right.
But I was determined. I was really determined, and I remember my father telling me at a young age, like, you got to give your gift to God, or what I'm saying, like, God give it, He take it away. So I grew up a lot with that fear, battling, wanting to sing R&B and stuff like that. And when I grew a little bit older, I moved to the United States with my mother.
Okay.
And I moved to Detroit where I was born. And at the time, the music scene was very still prominent in the play scene. So I got involved in a lot of plays and stuff when I first came to the United States, like at the age of like 8.
Okay.
And I was doing tours, like instead of being in school, I was on tour and stuff like that. And through those tours, I got a lot of opportunities. And I signed my first deal with Motown Records at 10 years old with Michael Bivins. And so, I started my journey there, and I did a lot of music and videos and traveled and toured the world as a kid, So it gave me a lot of knowledge in the industry, and it gave me a lot of connects. Should I say? A lot of people in the world didn't know who I was, but the industry, definitely, I was traveling through the industry a lot. Fast forward to when I was about 21, I had been through a couple of major deals at that point, and then I landed myself a deal with Wyclef Jean.
Okay.
And I first it was a group deal, and me and my group fell apart, but Wyclef Jean took a liking to me and my talent and what I was doing, and he brought me on again as a with a production deal. So I was writing and producing for Wyclef Jean for a while, and led to the deal when I auditioned for Bad Boy and made the band, which most of the world seen that journey on making the band. And we had 4 seasons of that show. God blessed us to be the only black show on the network with the highest ratings ever on TV.
Okay. We might need some bombs and claps for that.
Yeah, we
There we go.
Looked like me, and that was in my position to want to do what I was doing, that it was possible. And from then on, God has moved the journey further, and Day 26 is still together. We've been touring and everything, and we're actually embarking on a new tour right now. And through that journey, though, I like to give back to the people who, you know what I'm saying, show me love, because I wouldn't be nowhere without them. So
Right.
I do a lot of features and stuff like that. And I met my brother Mike Flowers
Yeah.
through working. I didn't even know he was a gospel artist because the music was so I get a lot of features and stuff like that. So
Right.
I I tend to listen to it really quick. All right, this is what I need to do, boom, 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 and go.
Right.
I remember heading to the studio, listening to the record again. Like, okay, this is the feature for, and I looked and I listened to the record. I had to call him. I said, hey, bro, is this a gospel song? He said, yeah, this is a gospel song. I said, oh, okay, because a lot of the people that call me for features and stuff,
Right.
even though I'm a pastor's son, even though I'm a bishop's son, they didn't really, they call me for R&B. They know me
Right.
from Day 26. So it was just it was different for me to get somebody to reach out to me to do gospel music.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so I was kind of excited about it. Went in the studio and I knocked it out and sent it back to him. And ever since then, we've been rocking. You know what I'm saying? But it's been time and things and trials and tribulations, like he said, in between them. But now it's a time for us to bring it all together and bring that story together and make it come to life. And that's what we have right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. That sounds wonderful. Yes, and of course, I already listened to the music. I keep listening to the music. I've been listening to Mike ever since I heard his first song. So that's, he
Me
is
too.
definitely an awesome artist. I love listening to his music. But we have been joined by a beautiful queen that I'm surprised because I didn't know. So who somebody needs to be introducing me because it's a surprise for me.
It's a surprise to me. What's going on?
First of all, that's my manager. That's first of all.
Okay.
I was trying to get her to tune in. And
Okay.
she logged on. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
Like, this is the only way she can see. I'm like,
Okay.
So-
Okay. Not
this is why she's there.
not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. How are you, sweetie? How are you, queen? We are happy to have you. Not a problem at all. I was just trying to figure. I'm like, okay, I don't remember sending anybody else the Zoom link. You got to be careful.
God bless you. Bless your show. I love everything that y'all doing. I'm just gonna be muted. I'm so glad to be a part. I love these guys and keep it going. Y'all doing a great job.
Absolutely.
I'm out.
Absolutely. It's definitely a pleasure. God bless. So we're gonna keep it moving. So I of course, I'm gonna ask the questions. The questions, all the questions. Being the what they call the PKs, right? The pastor kids. I know when it comes to the secular music, the industry and all of that. I know that there are always challenges, being a PK. So what were your challenges coming up with or were there any challenges? Because maybe there wasn't. I don't know. Were there challenges coming up as being a PK? As far as the music that you chose to sing? Either one of you. It's for both of you, but either one of you can go first.
All right. So, I mean, as for me, I was so in a bubble when I first started. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like really, really in this bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And the gospel, I mean, the only artist I listened to until I was like maybe about 12 years old
Mm-hmm.
was that was secular, was the Jackson 5, and I think that was about it.
Okay.
That was my mom's old school favorite, J5, and that was it. But then once I hit 12, 13, I started getting introduced to the Temptations, like literally. So I was gospeled out, like, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Reverend, I've been Timothy Wright and James Cleveland,
Right.
The Winans, and, you know what I'm saying? Like the Moss Group, and like it was the Caravans, like these guys,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? These guys, Mahalia Jackson, like these guys, were constantly being driven in my home like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, finally Kirk Franklin came along.
Yeah.
Jay Moss came along.
Yeah.
And so, but until when I turned 12, that's when I was really introduced into the scene, and I started really coming into myself, my music, my sound, probably like around 14, 15, and it was very weird. It was very weird because they was like, listen, hey, yo, bro, like you're not doing hips, like what's going on, bro? And it was like, because being born and raised in the projects,
Right.
I had the best of two worlds. It was the gospel, but then it was the street.
Right. Right.
And my music was a fusion of R&B gospel. Like that was
Okay.
my sound. Like
Okay.
that was, and I could relate because that's also how I would come across when it came to even worship music. Like worship, like it was very intimate in that, perspective. And I was, of course, in the beginning, I was getting some hitbacks like, come on, man, we need you to, kind of like, squirrel on that joint. We need you to like get raspy. We need you to scream. Like you wasn't singing until you were screaming.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a little kickback, but thanks be to God, through persevering and doors being opened up, it started to be receptive.
I'm sorry. I thought I was hearing. Am I hearing some talking? Some other talking? Okay. I don't know. All right. I don't know. Everybody's muted, right? Other than Mike. Oh, that's coming from. Okay, that's coming from in here. Okay, that's coming from my side. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, let's keep it. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right. So, Robert, same question. What were your challenges as a what they call a PK?
Yeah. Well, my challenges were a little different. Like he said, he had those kind of people to listen to and come up with his music. I didn't. My father had me in a bubble. I didn't even hear R&B music. I was signed to Motown and didn't know any. I auditioned to be signed to Motown singing the theme song to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because that was
I don't know if I was supposed to laugh, but okay.
What did you say? Say it again.
I said I don't know if I was supposed to laugh at that, but okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's funny because I didn't know anything other than church music to sing.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know any secular music or any of that. And so my biggest thing was my father always told me, I think I mentioned this earlier, where God give it to you and you got to use it for him or you take it away. He was really strict on that. So I was always in church, like I said, playing on instruments and singing, but I always wanted to put dance moves and do all kind of crazy stuff on. And at the time, it wasn't really accepted, but that's what my body felt. That's what I felt to do, And so I felt I really closed in a lot when I was younger, as far as that was concerned, because I want to be just like my dad. Still today, if you ask me, who would you model yourself or want to be like? Who would you? I'm the age I am, and I still sought to be like my father. Like he's one of the greatest men in my life, and I'm glad to be able to say that as a black man. But as a young kid, I felt like this. So when he told me R&B music was bad, I really battled a lot because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew the opportunities that was in front of me when I was coming to the United States to visit my mother in the summertime and stuff like that. People were really clinging to my music, and I was getting opportunities, which led me to end up staying in the United States. That's why I ended up staying eventually, because as soon as I got here, I got a deal. And I didn't want to be out of my father's, like, his likeness or his will, or the things that he wanted for me, and the things that he felt like I should be doing with my voice. So I really battled with that a lot, and for a long time, it was hard for me to get the support from him a little bit. Okay. He always supported me through life and always a great father, but it was just always hard to get his support a little bit when it came to my music and stuff like that. Okay. I have been through a lot of deals and became a grown man before I ended up making a band, and that's when my father came to me, and I was driving. I remember I was on my way to Disney World for the first time. My dad called me, and he's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm driving. I'm on my way to Disney World." He was like, "Can you pull over?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I pulled over, and my father apologized to me. And he sat there and he told me, he said, "Yo, I really want to apologize to you because all of your life I made you afraid to give your gift in the way that you really want to." And he said, "That's because of the path that God had me on." But he said, and because of that, I imposed that on you. But that might be the very path that God led you down to do the works that he needs you to do. And he apologized. And it was a breakthrough. I was a grown man.
Right.
Prior to that, every single time I was on stage performing, I feared God returning. While I'm on stage, like, I'm going to hell. I'm singing R&B
Lord.
music.
Poor
Like,
baby.
it was really, I'm laughing about it, but I make it just about, I was really, my spirit really battled with this.
Yeah.
Every single time I was on stage performing, I prayed like I was not against God's will. And it wasn't until then where that was released from me, then I was free from that, and I was able to be who I am in music and in God at the same time without feeling like God is looking at me with a magnifying glass from the sun to a beam to my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was a real big release. So that was my biggest struggle through the whole thing. Since then, I've been dealing with the regular demons that we deal with in this industry. But as far as my struggle to get here, that's what it was.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, and that had to be, and that's a real struggle. And that's probably a struggle that a lot of other people are facing, or you know, as far as being, you know, PKs, they're probably facing that as well, you know, and you know, that's something I've never really, you know, because I have a family filled with ministers and apostles and stuff too within my family. It's 10 of us. I'm the baby of 10. My mom has 7 girls and 3 boys. Yeah. So I'm the baby. I'm 54. So, you know, my sisters and brothers are older. If I'm 54, you know how old they are. But yeah, so them apostles and ministers and stuff too, you know, and even with that, you know, I even find myself, and I'm not even being an artist or anything like that, but I even found myself sometimes in the past, you know, just trying to kind of fill some shoes, you know, and just really just trying to make sure that I'm on a straight and narrow when it came to certain things and stuff like that. So it is hard. So I can imagine with being a PK, how hard it is, you know, but I'm glad that you got that breakthrough, that he you know, did that for you, you know, so that you can you know, move on and get past that, get through that, you know, that had to be a release. I can imagine.
It was a very good lesson to me, because it even in me being free from that and being able to, you know, be who I was as an artist, it also taught me a lesson that, you know, God give everybody they path. God give everybody you know, it's not the same for everybody.
Right.
So you gotta, as you know, it taught me to stop judging things so much when it came to being a Christian, when it came to people's walk with Christ, because we come up in my era, it was really strict. It was a lot of things you could and couldn't do, like, and a lot of things that you could and couldn't say, and a lot of things that you could and couldn't sing, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it really grew me up a lot in that area to let me know, like, yo, everybody path is different, you know. And I could talk to some people. My dad is one of the most anointed pastors that I know, you know, and I look up to him spiritually and as a man. But at the end of the day, I can talk to some people that my dad can never talk to. I can walk in some rooms and relate to people that my dad can never relate to because of who I am, just because of where I stand, just because of you know, I'm what they call, like, I'm a mouse in a room full of snakes, but I know how to move. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And those are rooms that my father, even being as anointed as he is and having the ministry that he has, he might not ever be able to walk into those rooms. You know, and so it taught me a lot.
Yeah. And the ministry, when it comes to ministry, you know, it's and I've actually battled with family members, you know, especially one of my brothers, you know, with this, you know, basically always telling me what, you know, well, you're doing too much for, you know, children that are not your children, too much for, you know, and I'm like, but this is my ministry, you know, and I feel like this is my ministry. So if that's my ministry, you know, I'm not in church every Sunday with you. I'm not doing all of the Sunday stuff with you, but I am out here and I'm helping with these children and helping with them staying off the street. I am doing this recreational stuff with them so that they are not on the street, so that they are they're safe. I'm creating a safe haven for them, you know, here at the recreation center, or being a part of whatever it is that I'm doing. So I feel that this is my ministry, you know, so it's just a lot when it comes to, you know, trying to please certain people and trying to, you know, make them see that this is my ministry. You know, although I'm not doing what you're doing, it's still ministry. And then my thing too is, you know, God said we have to go out, and the people that are already in church are already okay. As far as I'm concerned, they already know God. We have to go and get the ones that don't know him.
There we go.
Right. You know,
And
so
that's important. And that's important to have your personal relationship with God, because that lets you know what you're supposed to be doing, and don't let it allows you to hear Him clearly and know what your path's supposed to be, opposed to what everybody is telling you, or what everybody thinks, or whatever, the naysayers or whatever. When you have a personal relationship with God, you
yeah.
hear what's clearly, you know what you're supposed to be doing, you know how you got to move, and then it's up to you to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. So Mike, when you are doing your music, and I believe I might have asked you this before on the last interview that I had with you. When you are doing your music, you, and I believe you did I did ask you this before, and I'm trying to remember what exactly you said. I don't remember exactly what you said, so I'm gonna ask you again. When you are doing your music, it's coming from a place of you're motivated by something that may have happened within your life, or in your life, maybe your past life, or maybe even something that's going on in your life, like right this moment. And I remember you saying something to me about that in our last interview, but I just want you to kind of reiterate if you can.
Absolutely. The music that I make is basically from my life's experiences. We don't stop living. Life, there's full of content within our life, and where would we be if we could not let that content out in a healthy way? Whether if that's a broken heart, whether that's being confused, whether that's being confident and inspired, you learn how to articulate where you are in your life, and then that you're not alone in the process of life, right? So you know that someone is going to be able to relate to what you're going through.
Absolutely.
And the fact of the matter is, it's about you being okay with understanding that you being vulnerable is, truth be told, relatable.
Right.
Because you are not the only one in your circumstance or situation or even perspective, and I believe that many people overcome through hearing our journey, hearing our testimony, hearing,
Right.
My brother Rob has experienced, he's experienced me in times to where life was seemingly the most traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we may be doing different things and a part of different genres, but at the end of the day, we relate to a lot of the things that we have experienced and faced. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we put on an image like we've arrived, and
Right.
that's one of the worst things we can do as believers. One of the worst things we can do is kind of like live from a perspective of one size fit all. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the worst thing we can do. And I'm just grateful that through music we can literally talk and build a masterpiece that we know that definitely we've lived, and people can really be blessed from it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Rob, with your experiences, does that have a lot to do with the music that you write, that you sing? Does your life experience have a lot to do with that?
It definitely does, especially when it comes to this side of the music, the gospel side of music, because it's the only way I know how to express myself in gospel music. You know what I'm saying? That might be a reason why. Like, I'm not really a big scripture quoter in my gospel music. I'm not really a big, I'm not a big preacher kind of. I'm more of a relatable person that I feel like is going through these things every single day, and I feel like. The Christian world is growing, and a lot of young people are very into God and into, things like that now. So, things change. As far as, the way things are looked at and viewed, and the way people deliver right now, and I just think that I have to be who I am to be able to talk to these people, or it's going to be so cliche or so. To the script and to the book, to where it's not exciting, or it's not even, people want things that's relatable. Now, when it comes, I thank God I do have the talent, though, to tell somebody else's story, because as a writer, I have to do that a lot. So I do write a lot for a lot of different artists, and even do features a lot on people's songs that a lot of times I haven't lived the situation, or, it's not really what I my cup of tea or what I do, but God still blessed me with the talent to be able to relate and tell the story. So I do thank God for that. But most of the time, especially if it's something for me, it's definitely, I never use pen and paper. I don't have to write it down. Like, I don't have to remember it because it's totally who I am, 100%.
Right.
And then the music that me and Mike Flowers do, is really great because you can see the walk, like you can see the difference in a pastor, and then from his perspective as a pastor, and then my perspective as just a regular guy out here in this industry trying to battle this industry and still be a child of God and move in the way that I'm supposed to and uphold, and uphold his name and in the way I'm supposed to, even though I'm in this secular world. So in our music, it's so like, a lot of people do their music together in the same studio and stuff, but a lot of me and Mike's project was not produced like that. A lot of our project was produced with him where he was and me where I am. Okay. Though it meets and sounds like this, you can hear the two walks of life and the two perspectives meeting somewhere and creating something explosive. You know what I mean?
Right. So, the way it meshed.
It's not too much. It's not like you don't have to ask a million questions, even though it sounds complicated and it sounds this, like, it's so relatable that it's no questions needed. It's all the answers are right there laid in front of you. It's not, the only thing you're going to have to ask is like, where can I get this? Like, but I know that's a little off of the topic, but it just went in there a little bit. But yes, it's 100% relatable. My writing, my producing, my perspective is always 100% who I am in it.
Nice. So you do producing, you do productions as well.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Awesome. So because with listening to the music, see, I'm big on lyrics. So I listen to the words a lot. I'm very big on lyrics. A lot of people don't. They rather listen to the productions or whatever. But I like to hear what the artists have to say. And especially when it comes to Christian music. And the music that you guys did together, those songs that you guys did together, it definitely takes you to a different place. It really does. It does take you to a different place because it's like, you know what, I can relate to this too. And it's like, but the way you guys came together, you would never think that you guys weren't in the same place when it was created. You would never think that. Because it really does sound like you guys were in the same place, in the same studio, at the same time, doing everything, and that is awesome. When you can create something and not even be, cohabitating in the same area. Yeah. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That's strong. That's powerful. That really is. How is your you know what? With that being said, I got to play at least one of the songs because I need for the people to understand what I'm saying. I'm very big on, because I talk and I say stuff, and sometimes I'll be like, you know what, but people are not really going to understand what I'm talking about until they hear what I'm talking about or see what it is that I'm talking about. So we're gonna play. It doesn't matter. You know what? Play Lonely. That's my song too. Just play Lonely. And we're gonna play Lonely. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Lonely. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to play Lonely and we're going to come back and talk about
Women
Lonely.
Who Jam is brought to you by NABFIM.
That's Women Who Jam. Don't worry about it. It always happens. Shout out to all of the ladies of NABFIM. That's right. But we are going to get into... you guys just now coming in? You guys that are just now coming in, you're tuned into the Champagne Room Radio Show with your favorite little lady, and that's right, I got Mike the Chaplain on the screen, and his manager's here also, and Rob Curry's also here, that's right, from the group Day 26, and we are going to be right back after we hear Lonely.
I've been shooting low, taking blows to the nose, and it bleeds, and it bleeds, and it bleeds, and it bleeds. See, I've been seeking shelter, cause I can't find no help on my knees, on my knees, on my knees. I'm such a good actor, I'm the main attraction, and even with practice, nobody can match this. Yeah, I'm undisputed, but I'm still underrated. Even though I'm underpaid, some say that I'm the greatest.
I am so lonely. I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling. Help me. I am so lonely. I'm falling. I'm falling.
About 100K around my neck, see the fit, exclusive. Yeah, you know my style. Couple carats on my teeth to illuminate this artificial smile. But what they don't see is sleep don't come easy. Cause I'm not where I should be. Ooh, but I can't let nobody see. Cause I know they're all counting on me. Drowning in this Hennessy. So I keep it going, where's the party? Ooh, and now I'm falling, but nobody's here. Guess it's mine to fix it, but I gotta wear it. Cause if I don't, I feel inferior. I got a wife and a family who thinks I'm bigger than I am. And I feel like I'm screaming in a room full of people, but nobody hears me there. Help me, yeah.
I am so lonely. I'm falling.
Falling, I don't know which way to go.
I'm falling.
I didn't no time to look.
I'm falling.
Help me, somebody.
I'm falling.
Falling, I don't know which way to go.
I'm falling.
I didn't know.
Let me take my time with this one. Gotta be honest that I'm doing the best that I can, but it ain't good enough, no. Went to counseling just to hear myself talk. I've got pain coming from everywhere. I've got bullets in my back from the people that I love. Betrayal is real, can you drink of this cup? Man, I'm sick and tired on the edge, about to flex up. Forgiving people like I'm not worthy of next up. My calling is so iconic, gotta take the pressure. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Forgive them for they know not what they do. They don't know how many sacrifices I made. When I get the wind knocked out of me, I pray. I'm a pastor calling Jesus on the hotline. Patience running low when I'm running out of time. Please. I'm just trying to save souls, but I've been hit an all-time low. What do I do when I really have no answers? See, all I wanna do is save souls, but I'm really at an all-time low. Somebody help me, I'm at an all-time low. Falling, I don't know which way to go. All I wanna do is sing songs, and I just wanna be left alone to do what I want.
I hit the lowest of lows, man. I fell into a deep depression because of things that was going on in my life. Just trying to find hope and validation in all these other external things. Couldn't find it in the money, couldn't find it in the bottle, couldn't find it in other people. I was desperate, but in my desperation, man, I feel like God was able to show me, bruh, I'm not gonna find what I'm looking for in external places. That confidence and that love that I'm looking for has to start within. And as I begin to work on myself, I begin to love myself, take care of myself, appreciate what makes me me. And I encourage anybody else in the same struggle. You were fearfully and wonderfully made by God, fam. Find what's unique about you and lean all the way into that. And let that uniqueness shine in this world, man, despite what anybody else has to say or think. You are valued, you are appreciated, and you are loved. That love starts within you. Be encouraged, family.
Log in to gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
Yes, 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 yes. We are back, we are back, we are back. So you guys got to hear Lonely. Yes, exclusively here on the Champagne Room. Inside the Champagne Room with your favorite little lady. That's right. And I love that song. From the moment Mike sent it to me, I was like, okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. That's right. That's right. So I definitely, it just, I don't know, it does something to me. You guys know I'm a music lover. Everybody knows I'm a music lover. Anything that I love, I'm going to share. So you guys already know. I was like, yes, we have to make sure that this is shared with everybody in all 240 plus countries. Hey, y'all that are watching on the website. Thank you guys again for being here. Thank you guys on my IG. My Facebook Live, my IG. I keep getting y'all mixed up. My Facebook Live and my IG. Okay, yeah, and everywhere else for being here. We're gonna talk about this song. It makes it just, I don't know, it just does something to me. I love the song. I really do. How did you come up with the concept? Let's just talk about it. Just, I don't care. One of y'all, get into it. Let's talk.
Well, first of all, definitely want to give a shout out to the producer, man. And I told Rob, I said, I know that Rob, man, like I heard him all on the record, but when I really looked at the record, I could instantly relate to it because of all that I've gone through. You know what I'm saying? And I just knew that this was going to be like one of the major songs that we would do. But I knew that this is something that I knew that Rob would be able to promote it on his element. You know what I'm saying? Rob being able to tap into a whole nother side of the industry, and him being able to lead this specific record towards that audience. And I believe that so many times, if we was to take off the robe, a lot of times people don't really understand what it is that we really go through behind closed doors. If you only understood that we go through relationship issues, if you only understood that after the pastor is done or the minister is done, he has to go to counseling because he's carrying everybody else joint that's affected his personal situation. And then now he has to figure out how he's going to coordinate his life and surrender to God from that perspective while keeping his composure. You know what I'm saying? Keeping his composure while I understand people are relying on him. And he can't be the guy that's afraid. He can't be the guy that's like, I don't know what to do. And I don't know where to go. I'm struggling. So these elements are very true. In being a PK's kid, I've been able to see the rough side. I've been able to be the rough side. I've been able to kind of like be I didn't understand as a kid some of the things until I became a father, right? And when I became a father, I now understand what it is to have to shield your children from the harshness of life and the reality of being around people who don't get you that, who don't understand what they're putting on your plate. You know what I'm saying? And having to deal with so many things, so lonely. It deals with us as a people feeling isolated. The expectation is super high. And we don't deny that. We don't back down from that. But when we do get our marks and we get our bruises, understand that it's like, listen, we're human beings.
Absolutely.
And we gotta live in this body called, the flesh. You know what I'm saying? We gotta deal with this thing. And I believe that this is the record that I could be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that sometimes people don't grasp that, even I have to understand when people are attacking you, they don't really know fully what they're doing. They're, you know what I'm saying? They're only thinking from their own, smoke and mirror. You know what I'm saying? But they're not dealing with the whole picture and the heaviness of your call, the heaviness of your struggle, the heaviness of what it is that you have to be responsible for. Everybody praises you when things look great, but you gotta carry some things to the grave. You know what I'm saying? You gotta carry some things only to God. And be like, you know what I'm saying? And be that sometimes that punching bag for somebody else to release their frustration and release their lack of faith. You know what I'm saying? While they look at you as a symbol of faith. You know what I'm saying? So this record, man, was a record that, definitely, man, really brought it home.
Wow. Yeah, it's definitely powerful. Definitely powerful. And what was it for you, Robert? That record. What was it for you? Because I hear your passion in it. So, but I want you, in your own words, to kind of tell me what was it for you?
It was a lot of what Mike said relates to my situation as well, just from a different perspective. Because in my world where I live, people do expect a lot of me, and I'm one of the people who like to please everybody. I don't like to fall short. I don't like to fall short in any, in any way in life, and especially places where people look up to me or expect things of me. And in the world that I live in, there's a lot of things that once I got on per se, or made some money per se,
right,
that I knew I wanted to do, and people that I wanted to look out for, and a lot of things like that. And I built up this big persona just based off of that, just for paying for things and going to the club, always having 10 bottles on the table, and even when I don't want to drink, and just being in this place where it kind of locked me in a circle. It locked me in a spiral that I felt like I couldn't get out of, and though it's pleasing everybody around me, I'm like, this is not really where I am at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's not really where spiritually, this is not where I am. Mentally, this is not where I am. But I'm forced into this spiral because of the people that are around me that I don't want to let down, the people that I want to please, and the people that expect things of me and have expectations of me. And though they're so close to me, and there's so many of them, nobody understands.
Yeah.
It's not really like I can have that conversation with them, because in their mind, that's kicking them out of the spiral that I don't want to be in, And so for me, this song was really just being able to talk about that. And let me say something. A lot of time in music, especially in gospel music, we try to give the answer.
Yeah.
We try to give the answer to the question. And I feel like this record was a place where I wasn't trying to minister to somebody else, or even though I wanted to be a ministry to everyone, I wanted to minister to everyone. But from my perspective, I didn't have to do that. It left room for me to just tell what my problems are, or tell what I'm feeling, and maybe somebody will be able to listen at this point. And opposed to somebody just listening to it to understand where I'm coming from, and with me not trying to be giving answers to. Most of our gospel music is telling people what they're supposed to do, or what they should be doing, or what the Lord said do, and how did it. And sometimes that could become unrelatable. Like you said earlier, like church is for the people who got it together. We need to be going out there and getting the people who don't understand.
Right.
And so for me, it's room for the song opened up doors for people to be able to understand it, that maybe might not understand who God is right now, but it can usher them to that, because we're not imposing the answer to the question. We don't know the answer. He's a whole pastor on the record.
Right.
It's saying the problems that he's going through. He's not telling as a pastor what you should be doing, how you should be praying, and how you should will fix this. No, we are two regular men that are going through life problems, no matter what. And no, we're not giving you the answer. We're being relatable and letting you know that we understand exactly what that is. And that's what I love the most about the record, is that we're not preaching at people.
Right. Right. And that's a beautiful thing, because a lot of times people are looking at you as the title and not as the person.
There we go.
They're looking at you as the title. All that you're a pastor, you're not supposed to. You're a pastor, you're supposed to. And then again, they're looking at the title, they're not looking at the man. And that's what and that's what people have to understand. That you are human. You do go through things, and even after leaving, the congregation and all of the stuff that's going on, you still have to deal with your own personal problems, your own personal things. So believe me, I know, and I can relate to a lot of the things that you guys have just said, the song and all kinds of stuff, believe me, because you do, you do find yourself just being that person that everybody kind of falls on, and then it's like, and the bad part about it is they don't understand when it's your time to, I need some time to myself right now, I need some time to be able to find out what I'm feeling. You know, I'm not in that headspace right now that can help, that I can help you, because I need some help, you know, and everybody doesn't, you know, doesn't see that. And that's bad.
Somebody ministered to me before. I don't remember who it is, but they used a cup and a picture of water.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this cup, and I was the picture, and the cup was the person that I loved. And so they kept pouring out of this picture into this cup. There's not really nothing big or profound or nothing, but it just was an easy way to open my eyes. And they kept pouring into this cup. Well, eventually, the cup was full, but my picture
but your picture was empty. Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
and then you pour the cup out. Now it needs more water. And now when I try to fill that cup up, I don't have enough in this picture to fill that cup up no more.
Absolutely.
And then because you cannot pour and pour and pour and pour into people without having somebody pour back into you, without having something, or even if it's just your relationship with God or whatever that is, you have to have something that can fill that back before you can just continue to pour and pour and pour and pour into everybody else.
That's right.
And people in our position, I feel like even as a father, I don't have children, but I know even as Mike is being a father and things like that, I understand, like, you got to, it's so many things he do when I talk to him on the phone, or that he going through that outside of the music, that I'm like, yo, like, I don't have children.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, yo, like that, like, it's a lot. Like, who is there that's helping you with that? Like, who is there that's strengthening you with that? Who is there, like, that's helping you along with it? Because I couldn't, in my brain, I couldn't do it. You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes you need somebody to pour back into you. You need something to strengthen you so that you can continue being the strength that you are to the people that depend on you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
what were you
real.
saying, Mike?
He said something very paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, I remember it was about 2 years ago. I think, about 2 years ago. I literally spoke to Rob, and then I spoke to his father, right? Who, you know, is an OG when it comes to, you know, this ministry and life and family. You know what I'm saying? And I had to literally humble myself, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, listen, yo, like, I don't know what to do about this joint right now. And I had to sit there, literally allow myself to bawl, cry. I had to expose the side that nobody gets to see.
Right.
Because I recognize that I would do a disservice to the people that I really love if I let that joint just clam up on the inside. Because what happens? Either you explode or you implode. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the things is, one thing I've learned when it comes to Christ and understanding the purpose of Christ is that we've got to learn how to walk this thing out with people.
Right.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just me and God and that's it. Like it was never that. It never could be that. You understand what I'm saying? Now there comes a time where we literally talk to God on that one-on-one and we let him know everything, right? But then there comes a point in time where he's like, now son, now I need you to work this out over here. I need you to humble yourself, and I need you to work on this end. I need you to talk with other people because you are not an island to yourself.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
You're not an island to yourself. And we I don't know if you, for those that checked out the video, we put something very significant at the end of the video because we understand that, first of all, a couple of things. Men in particular are the leading forces when it comes to committing suicide. Let's be very clear on that. And not for all of the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Some things, you know what I'm saying, we go through and a lot of the things we put on ourselves, a lot of the things that culture puts on us, a lot of the things that we try to live in a suit that's too big, a lot of the things that we've inherited, a lot of the things, you know what I'm saying, that we try to work through. But this specific song, even women, those that can relate, those that are on the edge of ending something, you know what I'm saying? Before God can show himself in a mighty way, you know, we've seen so many people in the industry just was like, you know what, I can't deal with this no more.
Yeah.
I'm out, I'm gone. And they leave their family, they leave their wives, they leave their children because they cannot deal with the pressures that they are either responsible for or just like happening. You know what I'm saying? I've even heard certain things like, listen, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be here because, you know what I'm saying, there's too much, but you know, my kids is gonna be straight. I got my insurance. Is that heavy that you're now saying I'm gonna leave this world because my insurance is gonna give them what they need to move on? Like, something's gotta be done.
Yeah.
And it gotta be done from a place of people having responsibility, but then understanding, listen, I'm at this place and I feel lonely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, just like Solomon and David wrote their struggles and wrote they put a period and then they started another chapter. You know, they started another situation, because there comes a point to where we have to understand, listen, we're persecuted. Sometimes we're cast down. Sometimes we mess up. This is a part of this walk, whether we like it or not. But we place God above all of those things by being, first of all, vulnerable and saying, listen, this is where we are.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's so much of a what do I want to say? It makes the covering of the whole thing, what I want to say, it's a cover. It's not a cover. It's not even a covering. It's more like a
umbrella.
It is a covering. I think it is. It's not really a covering though, but it's like something that you can't get out of. But it's not really a covering, but something like you can't get out of, but you can get out. It's like a bubble. That's what I want to say. So you're in like this bubble. That's what I want to say. So it's like you're in this bubble, and it's like you're poking and you're trying to penetrate, through. And it's like no matter what you do, it's like it's just not happening. Budget. It's just not budging. It's nothing is busting this bubble open. Right. Until you get to that one thing, and that one thing, it always seems to be God. It always just seems to be that word from God. Yes. And when you get to that word and you get there, and it's like, now it is like this freedom. It's just this freedom thing, and again, it's not me, saying that you have to, listen to me. Nobody has to listen to me. I'm not a preacher, not evangelist. I'm none of that. Okay, but I am a person who has been through some things. I am a person who has been in that bubble. I am a person who needed to have some guidance. I needed somebody to listen to me. I've been lonely. I've been in that place, so I'm able to respond. And if I didn't have the ability to speak about my testimony, to the story to tell, then I wouldn't even be sitting here today to be talking about it. Because that's the thing is, you have to be able to. Nobody that went through anything can tell you anything. If you didn't go through anything, you can't tell me nothing. If you never went through any of the struggles that I'm facing, there's really nothing that you can say to me about it. And that is why I'm so big on people who have been through some things, being able to now say, but God. But God. And that's why, and it's like, that bubble that is no longer a bubble. I don't have that anymore, and that's what I look for people. And that's why, I love it when, people like you come on and again, pour into my audience and because I don't know what people in these other countries may be going through. I don't know what the people on my IG or on my Facebook Live may be going through. I don't know, so it's important for me to journey with you guys and to hear your stories and to know, that it's not just music. that you guys are not just a title, that you're not just a pastor, you're not just an R&B artist, you're not just a a gospel artist, that you are a person and that you have a life, and that prior to this you went through some things. So that is why it's so important to me for you guys to journey with me and again just pour into my audience. So I just needed to kind of say that. I don't know if I kind of went off topic. I'm not sure, but yeah.
No. But I want to say one last thing about this song and what it does. Before we move forward,
absolutely,
it's really quick. But with everything that's going on, which everybody knows, with the whole Diddy situation and all of the stuff that he's being accused of, a lot of people, and even in this situation as being an artist and where I am, being a former bad boy artist and being all of that, I don't even get a lot of platforms to be able to come on where people not just trying to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't been doing a lot of interviews and stuff like that. So I do want to thank you for, allowing a platform to hear something other than that, because I have not been able to. Like my DMs are full with.
Yeah.
I want you to do my show. I want you to do my. But I know I can't, because I know what they want to talk about.
Yeah.
So it feels good, what I'm saying, to be able to have that platform, and but it does relate to that record a lot, like where I'm at with it. Like
right.
It's just everybody. They don't have, people are so insensitive when it comes to certain things.
Oh yeah.
And as the person that I am, like, I'm not even really allowed to respond in the way that I would if I wasn't who I was.
Right.
If I was just a regular, I'm not saying I'm not regular. I mean, if I was just I don't know how to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just,
Absolutely.
If I wasn't doing what I was doing, if I wasn't in the place that I am, I would respond a whole nother way.
Right.
I'm sorry, but I would. I'm a professional.
Right.
So because of that, it keeps me off of a lot of people's heads. I'm gonna just be 100% honest.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's like I'm trapped. I can't speak my words. I can't tell these people how I feel. I can't tell these people, that hurts my feelings without it being. That simple thing right there will. If I give it any energy, it's going past the moon.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
And it's just a bad place it's a bad place to be with social media, and like even for people that are in our position, like it feels like a prison, because I need social media to be able to promote and to be able to promote my brand and to be able to move it forward. So it's not like I can say, well, forget social media.
Right.
I'm not doing it. I'm not posting. I'm not da-da-da-da.
Right.
Without it being a detriment to my business, without it being a detriment to my ministry, without it being a detriment to my situation.
Right.
So even social media, like this song is for that as well. People going through those struggles with people bullying them through social media and stuff. I know what it feels like. I might not say nothing or comment, might just erase it or whatever, but I've seen it, I read it, I felt it, and it don't feel good.
Yeah.
And in a position where you can't say something back, it's a prison. It's a literal prison.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to throw that out there, because social media is such a driving force in the things that we're doing today, and it hurts people. It hurts. It really hurts people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop right there, because I don't want to get too deep about it.
Yeah.
But it's just. Words have power, man.
Absolutely.
God created this earth. He said, "Let there be light." He spoke that. These were words, and the whole creation came into being.
Absolutely.
So people that say words don't hurt, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never know. That's not true. Words are the most powerful thing. The power of life and death is in the tongue.
That's right. What you speak into existence. That's right.
There we go. So I just wanted to use this song as encouragement and to people that's going through that as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a big thing. Yeah. And he was talking about suicide. We put it, like he said, at the end of the video, we put a special message at the end about suicide. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that people had a place to go, to have somewhere to call and talk that out, and have because people need that. So I had to throw that out there. I had to say that before we moved on, because that was, for me, a big part of the message of that record.
Absolutely. And people have to understand that there's a lot that people deal with. Social media a lot of times adds fuel to the fire. you know.
Yeah.
And it is a lot, you know. You do have to. I mean, I just never ever wanted to be one of those types of media moguls. You know, I'm not into all of that, you know, craziness. My whole thing is positivity. You know, I try to instill as much positivity into my audience as possible, as much God-like qualities, and, you know, as much of God into everything that I do, you know, and I use my platform for those purposes. You know, of course I have artists that come on that are, you know, rap artists and all of those things as well, you know, but I just never try to, you know, that whole negativity thing. I try to kind of keep that away from me, you know, because I don't want it, you know. You know, a part of my life, you know, because I've been through all of that stuff before, you know, and I see how it can really you know, create something much worse than what it has to be, you know, and it's just bad because it's so many of our men, you know, so many of who I call my kings, is, you know, my black kings, that every time it seems as if they get into some kind of place of up here, someone has to do something to try to bring them back down here, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that. I'm not really, you know, big on that, you know. And you know, so I try to not talk about all of that. So I'm gonna leave that alone, and we're gonna go to your next song, to the next song, because I need to make sure that is played first. Is the next song, right?
Right, and then one more.
Right, and then I got Kingdom. I gotta play Kingdom too, because Kingdom is my song. I love Kingdom. You sent me another song too, Mikey, or no? Just Kingdom?
Yeah.
You did.
I sent you Wanna Be Godly.
Oh, Be Godly. Yeah. I got that too. I got Godly too. Yeah, I got that. Okay, yeah. All right. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to first. First is another song that you did with Rob.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So that's another song that you did with Rob. So we are going to play that. Let's get into First is the name of it. And again, you are tuned into the Champagne Room Radio Show with your favorite little lady. That's right, Tanya Champagne. That's me. And if you don't know, now you know. And we will be right back.
Nobody else to be the first one to praise you, even if nobody else is gonna praise you. I have to let me stand and testify on how he's always on time, and how he always keeps his word that I don't deserve. I wanna be first. The way you've been showing up, healing me of a broken heart. No one can do what you do like you do it. My life was torn apart. The way you kept my mind at peace. I swear I love you forever. You held it all together. I don't want nobody else to be the first one to praise you, and even if nobody else is gonna praise you, I have to let me stand and testify on how he's always on time, and how he always keeps his word that I don't deserve. I wanna be first. When the pain was so deep, you were my savior. Even when I couldn't breathe, you became my ventilator. You picked me up when I was on the floor. I wanna say thank you. I gotta say thank you. I don't want nobody else to be the first one to praise you, even if nobody else is gonna praise you. I have to let me stand and testify on how he's always on time, and how he always keeps his word that I don't deserve. I wanna be first. You see, I gotta be first. Gotta be the first one to testify. I wanna be
be first to live for you.
Ooh, anything you tell me to do, Lord, I'll do.
I wanna be first to serve you.
Anywhere you tell me to go, Lord, I'll go.
I'm gonna be first.
Can't wait on nobody.
I want you to know that you're worth it.
I don't want nobody else to be the first one to praise you, even if nobody else is gonna praise you. I have to let me stand and testify on how he's always on time and how he always keeps his word that I don't deserve. I wanna be first.
Log into gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. You guys are awesome. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So we're back, guys. We're back. Yeah, we're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. All of y'all, we are back. So I wanted to let's talk about that a little bit. That song first.
I'll start this one off.
Okay.
So in my industry, and I might make a couple of people mad even in the Christian world with this one, but it have to be said. You know, a lot of people now are not giving God the glory. Like, you know, they're their own gods, energy and the astrology and all these other things.
Universe.
The universe is where they get everybody's their own god, and in my industry it's a really big thing. And I've learned that even people in my life that I've come across, these are things that they're adapting to. And I learned, you know, they got this thing called woke now, you know, which I do understand. I feel like I'm in some way, shape, or form, I'm one of those woke people, you know, when it comes to certain things. But I feel like with knowledge, a lot of people it's some of the knowledge is leading people away from the source of the power, from who really is. Who's really doing this? People are taking credit for waking themselves up in the morning, for putting breath in their own lungs, and to being able to have activity of their limbs. They're giving the credit to themselves. People think the things they eat are keeping them alive longer. People think the meditation that they're doing with their stones and their crystals, with their copper and their sage and their candles and their prayers to all these other people other than the person who's actually waking you up every morning, giving you everything you need. People are separating this. And so for me, this song is me saying, because if I remember correctly, this is one of the songs that we did where Mike wrote the verses and I wrote the hook. And I really just wanted to come from a place where I wanted God to know, like, I'm not mixed up in all that propaganda.
That's right.
I know who wakes me up every morning.
Yes.
I know I'm not the master of my own fate and destiny. You know, people got those sayings that they put in the Bible didn't even come from the Bible. Like, I'm not you know what I'm saying? I'm not this. And I understand who he is in my life.
That's right.
And I'm not afraid to say it amongst a whole bunch of people who think that I'm weak for giving the power to somebody other than myself. Because that's the society we live in right now. I'm going to just be 100% honest. When you speak about God and you speak about Jesus being the creator, it's more people coming at you with the Bible being not real or being translated in this time and this, that, and the other. Then there's people standing up for the fact that God is the reason for all of this.
Absolutely.
People searching for all these other reasons in their self. And I feel like, for me personally, it's because it leaves less responsibility. Like, when you don't have nothing to care about but what you think is how it go and whatever, it leaves no room for really improvement for anything that you think is cool. Like, you know, anything that you're doing that's wrong, it justifies it at that point because you're you're your God, you're your this, that, and the other. And I really hate that. I despise that. Like, so for me, that's what this song was about. It's about me being in a place and surrounded by people in a society like that where I'm not gonna be that. I know where this comes from, and I'm gonna be the first person to say it. I don't care who's around.
That's right. That's right.
I don't care what industry I'm in. I'm not selling my soul.
That's right. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, and I'm right with you. I'm right with you on that. I'm right with you on that one. I agree 1,000%.
They done took Jesus out of the schools.
Yeah.
All kind of everything. Like, and I you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. People are their own gods and all of this. It's stupid. I can't. Yeah. And I'm not ever going to not give him the glory. I'm not ever not going to give him the power.
Right.
I'm not going to ever not acknowledge where that comes from and take that as I'm doing it. How the heck am I waking myself up in the morning?
That's right.
How am I putting breath in my lungs?
Absolutely.
Like, how am I making the trees and the grass grow? And it rain and the sun. I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to take responsibility. Right. I'm not going to take credit for it.
You don't take
credit
for it.
I'm going to give honor to where honor is due.
That's
and
right.
that's what it's supposed to be.
That's right. That's right. I agree 1,000%. That's right. I give God all his props. He know I'm gonna give him his props. There ain't nobody can give to him. I'm gonna give it to him. You know. That's right. I agree with you, and I'm glad that you said that, and you was able to say that, and able to say it with such force and passion and mean it. I appreciate that. Would you like to say something after that,
Absolutely.
Mikey?
Like, listen, like he was staying in for the both of us, but like I just feel like, if I may say, it's like when I look at my life, I know what people see, but I see God holding me up.
That's right.
There's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? And within the verse, I think the calling for me was just to provide the facts of what he's done. You know what I'm saying? Of what he's been doing, and I've got to be I refuse to let the rocks cry out. Like, I refuse to. Like, ain't no animals, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Gonna have to fill in for me.
That's
like,
right.
there's nothing that's taking my voice of praise towards God. Like, I gotta be the one.
That's right.
And no matter what I face, no matter, what I'm dealing with, I know that he's holding me up in the palm of his hands. And that's really, really what I'm grateful for this record. Is our ability to really take off our crowns and place it at his feet.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I can't. It seems like, I don't know. Robert, you probably saw one of my lives I had on. I did a live, and in my live, I was like, I said, I was like, I'm not trying to offend nobody or nothing, but y'all walking around here talking about the universe did it, and then and it's just funny because I literally said that in one of my lives like not too long ago.
Yeah, man, you gotta give honor to where it's due.
Yeah,
you gotta give honor to where it's due, man.
That's right.
And you gotta be okay. You gotta be okay with really understanding that you're gonna offend some people.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're gonna offend people with truth, and truth. I mean, the spirit of truth is love.
There you go.
It's God, and the fact of the matter is, when anybody that's not on the side of His truth, which marches on, is going to be an enemy, and sometimes you don't want it. You don't want to deal with that side sometimes, but you can't. He's like, if you are a friend to this world, you are enemy against God. And I have to understand the proper context in dealing with, understand that magnitude is sometimes we wear this world like, if I may give a demonstration or a portrait of a woman wearing spandex. We wear this world so tight that if we lose anything, we become angry with God. Because our desire is to advance so aggressively in the world that we don't even care if it doesn't give him glory with how we do it.
Right.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And understanding to say, you know what, Lord, if you never open up this stage, or if you never open up those doors, For because they won't acknowledge, then Father, I'll be on the outer courts and give you glory, like
that's what it's gonna have to be.
It'll just be what it is.
It's gonna have to be right there.
Yeah,
and this is what's gonna be what it is.
Yeah,
because I know that promotion doesn't come from the east nor the west, but it comes from up above. So, I want to make sure he's first.
Absolutely. And when you and what people, I mean, when you put them first, it just seems like things are so much. I want to say easier, but doable.
Yeah.
So it's doable.
Even the undoable. Let me testify.
Yeah.
Real quick about that. My dad, it was and listen, I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I was going through like some financial issues for a while, and my dad was telling me, because I would, I always confide in my dad and sought his opinion and how what I should do and which way I should go, even spiritually, or how I should move.
Right.
And I was telling my dad, like, yo, I don't understand. I put this kind of work in. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all of this. I got this, I need to be at a place where I'm never worried about money again.
Right.
And I feel like I should already be there based off of the work I've done, based off of my awards and platinum records and so on and so forth. And my dad told me, he said, man, see, the problem is you think you've been doing all and getting this far with the things that you do have and all of this because you're doing it. He said, you're not doing any of that. And the fact that you're not in control of the way it's moving right now is the reason why you have a problem. But he said, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I did not understand that. He said the uncomfortable part is about being uncomfortable that you don't have control of the situation. My dad sat me down. He said, I want you to sit down, and I don't care what nobody said. I don't want you to do anything. I don't want you to make a phone call. I don't want you to get a call for a show. I don't want you to set up anything. I want you to sit down, and I want you to let God be who he is. And I want you to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's the place that we have to get to mentally, because my life has changed tremendously since my dad told me that.
Yeah.
And initially, I felt like that was lazy. I'm like, God not gonna really do nothing for me if I'm not doing it for myself. Like, if I'm not getting up every day making these phone calls, if I'm not getting up every day going through these contacts, if I'm not creating a new plan to make new revenue, I'm not making it, I'm not doing my part. But we don't have a part in this. Now, this ain't for everybody, because you got some lazy people out here. But there's people in this position where we think we have the control over what's happening.
Right.
And we don't. And I'm one of the people who God had to sit down and tell me to don't do anything. And let me tell you something. That caused a problem with people around me, because, even like my mom and other people around me, like, you being late, you ain't da-da-da-da, you ain't doing this. But God told me to sit down and be still and be comfortable, being uncomfortable. And I'm so comfortable being uncomfortable right now. I'm so comfortable being uncomfortable, and the crazy part is it has not failed me one time, because I understand that I'm not in control of this.
All right, God.
I don't care how much money I make. I can get up. Let me tell you something. People get up and go to their jobs every single day on time, do what they're supposed to do, have a 10-year, all this stuff, and then get cut. You in your 50s, late 50s, 60 years old, and now you got to get a job somewhere. You cannot even retire. And these are people that thought they had control over their destiny, like they control over, you know what I'm saying? Like they worked all of these years just to have that control, just to be able to say, well, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I worked all these years. I put in this work. I did this. No, bro. That's not what it is. You did nothing. That is equivalent to you getting up every day and doing your job, I'm not going to give you praise and accolades for you getting up every day and doing your job. Like, I'm just not. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
That's how you move forward in life. You got to get up and do what you do, but you got to understand that that's just a part of your life. How you're being provided for, and the things that's being taken care of is nothing that's out of your control.
Yeah.
I see so many rich and famous people kill themselves.
Oh, please.
Suicide is more not amongst the poor.
Yeah.
Not amongst
Right.
It's the rich people. It's the people that think they got it all in control and they go down to $1 million in their bank account and they feel like life is over.
Yeah.
You know why they just killing ourselves and with the suicide? Because we used to dealing with those kind of problems. We used to not having this.
Mm-hmm.
We used to not having to struggle or get to this and knowing they have to depend on God to provide.
That's right.
Because that's what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
We used to depending on God to provide. So these people that's out here doing that, they depend on their money. They depend on the work they do and what they put into this situation, and it has nothing to do with the outcome.
That's right. That's right.
Nothing.
That's right. That's right. I agree. You preaching up here. I hear you. I hear you.
Take that away. Be comfortable being uncomfortable in God.
That's right.
And eventually that uncomfortability is gonna change. It ain't gonna be, but you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
And you start being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
All right. Y'all hear that right? Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Y'all gotta be in God. Y'all have to be, gotta be.
I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that. Just going.
Absolutely. Because it's true. Because you sometimes you do have to go through that. And I got to the point, and it's been a couple of years that I've been doing this now, where I'm just at that point where I had just started, just kind of feasting on the serenity prayer. And I'm just at that point where I'm like, you know what, I can't change it. I'm just give me the peace that I need to accept things I can't change. I can't change it. This is the situation. Okay, well, and I'm so at that point now where it's like, oh well, I can't change it, and I'm really, and it's funny to me because it's like now it's just like second nature. Oh well, I can't do nothing about it. Like, oh well, and it's so easy for me now. Whereas years ago, I would have been pulling my hair trying to figure out some stuff, but it's like now it's like, oh well, I don't know if it comes with age. Or what?
No, it come with being comfortable, being uncomfortable in God.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know you're not in control of that. You don't have to worry.
Yeah. Cause he definitely, he takes very good care of me. I'm spoiled. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled in God. God spoils me.
I do so much stuff, and I have to look back on it like, how did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can literally can't say where I got the money from.
Right.
Like, where?
Right. It's amazing.
And to what he said, like some people don't really understand that the just shall live by faith. And they don't get it. So they try to create a master class on how to get it. And the fact of the matter is, because if we don't recognize that it is God feeding us in each season of our lives, like y'all don't even know how y'all been blessing me. Or, like this whole situation, like has been super blessing because God is bringing us through. God is bringing me through. And the fact of the matter is, He wants us to depend on Him.
Yes.
And that is literal.
Yeah.
That's not a figure.
Literal.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a literal thing. And he says, stand still and you will see the salvation of the Lord. So in other words, you're going to see God come through for you. You just got to literally stay focused on where your help comes from and be still. Like, or else you're going to find yourself in a space of depression, worrying yourself to death.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, people think they do it. People think they do it when they do it for a couple of weeks. But when it really get close to that due date, like when your rent due the next day and you still don't see it, then you lose the faith as if it's time on where God can come through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, Lord, I was cool all the way up until today, but my rent due tomorrow. I got to do something. Now you worry and you taking the power out of his hands because you got a couple of hours. That's still, you haven't mastered being comfortable.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable. being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't.
Yeah.
Because I know that time, God don't work on this time.
That's right.
Even if your money supposed to come in and it don't,
Yeah.
and it's time for that to happen, God gonna do something to move that around for you.
Yeah. Be
It's
surprised.
not gonna be the same thing for you.
Right.
It's not you're not required of the same things. That's not if you're not. You got to be walking under his. Hey. You got to be covered, and that's what I'm talking about. You got to stay covered, man. That's what again, taking away the power. Now you think you're doing it by yourself, but when you start failing, when those self-preservation skills that you have, that you've been using, that you think that got you this far, are not working, what are you gonna do, bro?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's why, when going back to suicide, it's way more unhappy rich people out here, unhappy successful people than it is unhappy people fighting every day to get what they need.
Yep. Absolutely. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And I know people wonder about us as a people, period. You know, how do they persevere? How are they always still so happy and still singing the praises of the Lord and still because we've been doing exactly. Even in those times, and we're still doing it. And we're not going to stop because that's all we know. That's all we know. So we're not gonna stop, you know. So don't expect anything less of us. Don't expect anything less of us. So we're gonna get into another song because we can do this all night. We're gonna get into another song. So we Kingdom. I'm gonna play Kingdom, and I think we're gonna go out with Godly because I don't think I gave him Godly yet. But we're gonna do Kingdom. We're gonna put Kingdom on, and we're gonna come right back. We're gonna talk about talk a little bit more about the next projects you guys have coming up, and give your handles and all of that good stuff. And I gotta let you guys pour more into my audience. So I need some kind of a sweet 16 or something or something. I got to let you flame on a little bit. Singing.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
I do it for his glory. I do it for his glory. I gotta tell my story. I gotta tell my story. All these angels warring for my soul. I got a destiny they can't control. Who they trying to, but they win another way. All this pressure put me on my knees to pray. See, I'm in heaven all the way. Homie, I got no time to play. Seraphims and cherubims cry holy. All these issues in my life can't hold me. Demons in the atmosphere on assignment, trying to run interference in every climate. But God is still in control. You better act like you know. It's time for us to know what we are made of. Distractions all around, but we're the kingdom. Pull it down, pull it down. Every imagination that tries to keep the good news out. Bring them out. Watch out for the glory cloud.
How is it okay that you pray for me? Then I went and listened to the God you said you believed. I heard him speak my name and I heard him say I was free. And then I came back and I told you.
I gotta tell my story.
You said you can't hear from
all
God.
These angels warring for my soul. I got a destiny they can't control. Who they trying to, but they win another way. All this pressure put me on my knees to pray. See, I'm in heaven all the way. Homie, I got no time to play. Seraphims and cherubims cry holy. All these issues in my life can't hold me.
I'm thankful for the things that you told me when you saw me on the gutter of this life. You said, man, you can pray to Jesus, and I did, and he answered, and I came back. But you stopped believing. You stopped living the gospel that you said I needed. Well, I'm coming back. for the head of these demons. It's time to get out from underneath of that steeple, cause all of God's people will rise. You know my name, devil know my name, rise. Devil know my name, rise. Devil know my name, die. No, I heard you throwing dirt on my name. Well, let's see which one of us will remain. Yeah, when the fire comes, I'm coming back around. This is my hometown, mother, it's my hometown. Yeah, yeah. All these haters warring for my soul. I got a destiny they can't control.
Who they try to put it with another way?
Coming to the fire.
All this pressure put me on my knees to pray.
Coming to the fire.
See, I'm in heaven all the way.
This is my hometown, mother.
Homie, I got no time to play. Seraphims and cherubims cry holy. All these issues in my life can't hold me.
Log into gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
See, I be having entirely too much fun on that song. That's
Yes, sir.
I told you that before, but I be having entirely too
Yes, sir.
much
Yes,
fun
sir.
when it
Yes,
comes to that song right there. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be enjoying that song the way that I do, but I enjoy it every time, every single time I hear it. I don't care how many times I hear it, I enjoy it the same way. And I really just think, I really believe I really don't care what people think about the situation. I just, I'm like, look, this is what I'm feeling, And at the end of the day, no matter what it sounds like and what it looks like, it's still anointing. It's still an anointing, And I love it. I love it. So yeah, I had to play that. That's my song, y'all. That's my song. I had to play that. But we did find Gali, and we're gonna play that when we go out. But I need to, we had talked about that on the last interview. I want you guys to literally sing for me. So, sing for my audience. I need you guys to pour into my audience that way right now. So, I want you to give them.
We don't have to do it separately, of course.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're
ahead, Mike.
You're gonna do what you do, and he's gonna do what he do. Yeah. But and then I want you to say something, positive, or you can give some words of positivity first, and then sing, or you can, sing and then give some words of positivity, however you want to do. But yeah.
All right, no problem. I mean, like we've been talking all this whole time, and what this has done to me personally, it has grown my appreciation and my love for who God is. Anytime when you're talking amongst your sisters and your brothers that believe in God, and share their faith, it does something to your faith. It grows your faith. He takes us from faith to faith, and the Bible says that we overcome by the words of our testimony. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's something about when God is in the midst.
Oh yes.
We believe more. So I'm gonna probably just sing this. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus, because he first loved me. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus.
Yes,
Because he first loved me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, yes.
That sounds like the benediction to me.
That's what we doing. All right. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't even know. I'm gonna just say, first of all, thank you, brother Mike, the chaplain, for that.
Yes.
For leaving so much for me to have to follow up. I said it was but you know, I just want to bring as many people to Christ as possible. You know, no matter what field you in, no matter what you're doing, no matter what your profession is, no matter what calling you think is on your life. If it's something you've been given talent to do or something that you need knowledge for, you got to know that God gave that to you. So it's supposed to be used in His glory, for His glory, and you can walk in Him in whatever that is, no matter where you are, who you are.
That's right.
And so the Holy Ghost, you need the Spirit. You need the Spirit to walk with you.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna just say, create in me a new heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from the presence, oh God. Take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Holy Ghost, fall down on me. Let your Spirit fall down on me. Holy Ghost, fall down on me. Let your Spirit fall down on me. Yeah.
Woo! Yes.
I feel God.
Yes.
I feel God.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. That was beautiful. I am so grateful to both of you and those beautiful voices. And I just love the fact that they are real voices. No auto-tune. Live.
Well, bless the Lord.
Yes, thank the Lord for that.
Dying on himself.
Yes. Rob, you crazy. No, but that is a beautiful thing. I am so grateful, and so appreciative of both of you being here. I am so glad that you were able to make it back, Mike, and for introducing me to this king. Because I am so big on my kings. You guys know that. And just knowing that you felt worthy, felt me worthy enough to come back was definitely an honor. I appreciate you. I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You I'm glad you were so forthcoming and transparent in this interview as well, because I really do enjoy again just pouring into my audience, and the guest that comes on pouring into my audience the way that they do, and that's why I have so many that that watch, and I appreciate my audience so much because they expect that the guests that I have on are going to pour into them, and they're going to get whatever information and things from them, and the blessings on tonight was just, that was a bonus, that was a bonus.
Yes,
so
yes.
I am definitely again grateful for it. We're gonna kind of, what time is it? 9, what how many minutes we got left?
It's 9:54.
Okay. Okay, so we can play the song and come back. All right, so we're gonna play the song and then we're gonna come back because that's what Rashid said. So we gonna
Y'all gonna like this one. Y'all gonna love this one though. Y'all about to love this one.
Okay.
This is a Robin Mike exclusive right here.
Oh, okay. Well, let him do exclusive first.
Huh?
Oh. Okay. So go ahead and put the guy. Go ahead and put golly yours. Go ahead and put the golly yours.
Straight out of before I punch you in your mouth already, or getting drunk or steady wildin' loud, you gotta know that ain't my lifestyle. Just keeping it real, yeah. When they be hurting, breaking all the rules, trying to pull the words out of you after you've done the best that you can do. You ain't gotta break under the pressure. As time goes on, it's gonna get better. If you make mistakes, you gotta learn your lesson. Just being honest. When they talking about you, trying to dog you out, pick your head up in love and walk it out. When they don't have the facts straight, you can sing it like me. I'ma be godly. We gon' make the devil mad. Yeah, I'ma be godly. Oh, love is all that matters. Gotta be godly. Baby, don't you cry. You gotta be godly. When you wanna please everybody, leaving you feeling like a nobody. Won't you take some time, take a deep breath, recognize the love that you haven't leaving. When they say they pointing out your weakness, or look you in the eye and say you're nothing. See, you don't have to take it personal. See, you gotta get to know your true identity. You ain't gotta pull others down when you're royalty. You gotta pay the price to love right. We gotta stand tall and take the lead. You ain't gotta break under the pressure. As time goes on, it's gonna get better. If you make mistakes, you gotta learn your lesson. Just being honest. Whoa. When they talking about you, trying to dog you out, pick your head up in love and walk it out. When they don't have their facts straight, you can sing it like me. I'ma be godly. Oh, we gotta be godly. We might not be perfect, but I'ma be godly. I'ma be godly, no matter the consequences. See, everybody know me, know I was born in the D, and I can't run from a thing, no, no. And for the love of the green, I did some things with my team, and I'm still trying to be redeemed. Yeah, cause back in the day, I did some things I can't really say. I've been in places I shouldn't have been, all wrapped up in sin. I knew I was in need of change, was tired of being in my own way. I realized there's nothing to prove. I have way more to lose than they do. Yeah, and now I choose to be godly. We gotta break under the pressure. As time goes on, it's gonna get better. If you make mistakes, you gotta learn your lesson. Just being honest. When they talking about you, trying to dog you out, pick your head up in love and walk it out. When they don't have their facts straight, you can sing it like me. I'ma be godly. I'ma be godly. Even when I don't think that I can. I'ma be godly. Yeah, the Lord's still working on me, but I'ma try to be godly. Even though we're human, gotta be godly. Gonna be alright, gotta be godly. I'ma be godly. Ooh, in every situation, complications, we gotta be godly. Godly. Gotta be godly.
You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG LLC.
That's right, and it's hard for us to be godly because y'all make it hard. We be wanting to bust a head sometimes, but you know. It is definitely hard to be godly sometimes, I tell y'all, but we do it. We make it do what it do. So that's a beautiful thing.
Definitely.
That is definitely a good way to go out. Good way to go out of here. So again, give everybody your handles. Let them know how we can find y'all and all of that good stuff.
All right. literally, guys, Mike the Chaplain. You can Google Michael the Chaplain. Mike the Chaplain on IG. Mike the Chaplain on Facebook. Mike Flowers. MikeTheChaplain.com. You could definitely, or Twitter, and Mike the Chaplain. I'll definitely show up. And for those that don't know, I'm gonna be godly. Shout out to Archerfellow Records. It's going to be pushing that single February the 7th. It's going to be we're going to be doing some great things. So I'm excited. Shout out to Archerfellow Records,
Absolutely.
Dr. Archie, Dr. C. Shout out to IJF Management, my brother Robert Curry. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, man.
Absolutely. And big shout out to Embark Distribution and all of that good
Yes,
stuff
Embark.
too. Yes. Let's go. We're gonna embark on new levels. We got a lot of stuff going on. So yeah. Go ahead, Rob. Let's go.
Okay, everybody. So Instagram is Rob_A_Curry. On Facebook is Robert A. Curry. And just check me out. We got a lot coming up right now. Me and Mike got this amazing project coming out. I'm telling you, you're going to be blessed by it. So we dropping jewels, we dropping videos, we dropping pictures, we dropping everything week by week. On top of that, tune into your boy because I'm blessing with the features out here. So hit me up on my page. Like I said, Rob_A_Curry. Come get your features because you ain't never had celebrity features for the prices that your boy is doing. I'm blessing people left and right. Don't miss yours.
All right. That's right. Be a blessing. He's blessed to be a blessing, so go and get yours. All right, go on and get yours. I am so, you guys, thank you for blessing me, for blessing the Champagne Room Radio Show, for blessing GS Radio North, and for blessing all the people that watch. That's right. I thank you guys so much again for being here and for the blessings and for the blessing of that beautiful music you guys create. Yes, I love it.
Thank you so much. Amen. Be looking forward to it because we about to be kicking y'all behinds with it.
Okay.
Just song after song. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Send it to me. Y'all know. Y'all already know. Y'all got a home here. Send it to me. Y'all already know. We throw it in rotation. That's what we do here. We throw it in rotation. All right.
Hey man, let me shout out my boy Mike the Chaplain. He just hit the charts. This what? Last week? Was it this week? Last week? What was it, bro? Talk about it. Tell him, man. Promote it.
Wait, say it again.
You just charted, bro.
Oh, Home. Shout out to Home. We charted the song Home.
Okay.
Shout out to Dr. Archie Embark. Shout out to definitely IJF Management. Definitely for the support. We literally came out with that record maybe about 2 years ago, and Dr. C, Dr. Archie, they put their hands on the record, man, and God definitely used them to take it further.
Awesome.
And I'm just super grateful for these guys. These are awesome men and women of God, and definitely for those of you guys that don't know, Archerfellow Records is doing some great things for the kingdom, and it's time to make it.
Yes. Those are my colleagues, my partners. I love them. I love them. Y'all already know. Embark is doing some great things. We got some tours, some tour dates coming up, and all of that stuff. I'm gonna make sure you guys see all of that soon. And some of the stuff that's already out. You guys already seen that. Y'all just keep following me. Y'all can't miss nothing if you keep following me. That's all I gotta say. Just keep following me. All right, and we are going to get up out of here. But again, thanks for coming. Queen, and staying with us all of this time and just having that beautiful picture just sitting there looking at us all this time. Thank you for that. We appreciate you. Oh God, I love it. But we are going to get up out of here. And thanks again, guys. Love.
But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too. But you got a light bill too. And you got a gas bill too.
You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG LLC.
But you got a light bill too.
gyroscopemedia.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.